Hey guys, my name is Elizabeth Wright, and today I'm going to teach an art lesson for 4th grade on footprints in the sand. And before we get started on our actual painting, I want to go over some of the facts about the Footprints in the Sand poem. So if you'll look at your fact sheet, the author of this poem is unknown since several people have claimed to have written the poem. This poem describes an experience in which a person is walking on the beach with God. And there are two sets of footprints that travel along the way with them. And so they represent the stages in a person's life, the things that they're going through, their trials, their tribulations, anything that they're experiencing in their life. And so one set of the footprints is the author's and the other set is God's. And so eventually, during the poem, the two sets of footprints along the way actually merge into one. And so the author kind of questions the fact of, I have given you my trust, God, and you said that you would be with me, but now I only see this one set of footprints, so where were you? And although that the footprints in the sand is not in the Bible, some people relate this to the scripture in Deuteronomy 1:31 that says, "There you saw how the Lord your God carried you as a father carries his son, all the way you went until you have reached this place." So if you'll look at your Footprints in the Sand poem, we'll go over that. And this is the poem that describes what we're going to be painting today. One night I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord. Many scenes from my life flashed across the sky. Sometimes there were two sets of footprints, other times there was one only. This bothered me because I noticed that during the low periods of my life, when I was suffering from anguish, sorrow, or defeat, I could only see one set of footprints. So I said to the Lord, "You promised me, Lord, that if I followed you, you would walk with me always. But I have noticed that during the most trying periods of my life, there has only been one set of footprints in the sand. Why, when I needed you most, have you not been there for me?" The Lord replied, "The years when you have seen only one set of footprints, my child, is when I carried you." So let's all remember that no matter what we're going through, that God can help us through it, and He will carry us through it if we call on Him to do so. So today we're actually going to paint the footprints in the sand. And I have two little examples. This is going to be your water. This is going to be your sand, and then you're going to put your actual footprints on the bottom. Okay, so we are doing this on canvas, and we are using acrylic paint. And we're going to get started. So we're going to start with the sea up top. And we're going to use just different kinds of blues. And you can start with a lighter blue and go over the top. Make sure you leave enough space at the bottom to put your sand. Add a little bit more paint to that. Okay. Make sure you have it covered good. Okay, once you have that covered, then you're going to use a different blue. I would take a darker blue than the one you have. And you're going to barely dip your paintbrush in it. And you're just going to kind of swipe it across the other blue. And we're going to blend this in. Good job. Do a little all over. And this is going to kind of give the effect of water. Then you're going to take your paintbrush that you used originally to do the light color blue, and you're just kind of going to go over the whole thing again, blending in the darker blue. You don't have to re-dip your paintbrush if you don't want to. You just want to blend it enough to give it the illusion of water. So this is what Bowen has done so far. And you're just kind of going to go back and forth like this. See how that creates different colors and dimensions within the blue? Okay? And you're going to get a lighter color blue now. You You can use your same paintbrush. And you're just going to kind of add a little here and there. And again, take your brush and blend it all in. And there you've got your water on top. Okay, now we're going to go to the bottom and we're going to do our sand. You're going to need 2 colors at least. You can use we're using a caramel color and then like a light tan. And you're going to do the same thing with the sand. You'll start with your darker color. And this is fun because you're actually going to put your footprints on the bottom of this. Make sure you cover your canvas good so that there's no white showing up under it. Good job. Just back and forth. This is a fun project also because summer's coming up, and this is something fun for really all ages can do this with their parents helping. And you could do this on a smaller scale like this one that I've done. And I've also done a bigger one. Balin is actually painting on a 16 by 20 canvas, so it's the bigger one, but it can be done on a smaller scale. Just back and forth with your paintbrush, making sure that you cover everything. If you need more paint, you can get more paint. And the art materials that we're using are just regular paintbrushes. You can use any kind of paintbrush that you want. Acrylic paint, like I said. And this is a water-soluble paint, but it becomes water-resistant when it dries. And it's fairly easy to work with. And our canvases. And again, we're just trying to create a seascape. Looks like how the beach meets the water. Rylan's doing a good job with his. You can just go back and forth like this. And it's okay if the colors go into one another. It's paint. Paint is easy to cover up. And remove, exactly. When we make mistakes, or what you think is a mistake in painting, it's actually not. It can be fixed if you would like, or you can leave it the way that it is. It's all up to you. You're the artist, and you create something that you will love and that makes you happy. Back and forth, just like this. Okay? Let's go ahead and finish this in. Okay? And I'm going to let Balin finish that in. Good job. Okay, now once all that is finished, we're going to take our lighter color tan. And we're going to do the same thing that we've done with the sky. We're just going to put a little here and there. I mean, the water, sorry. We're going to put a little here and there. And then we'll just blend it all in. Add some more. And this is your painting. You can make it look however you want it to look. If you want more lighter color, add more. Less, that is fine. Take your big brush that you were using originally. You don't have to re-dip it. And just kind of blend it all in. Good job. Up here. Okay, once you have your painting that looks like this, you've got your water up top and your sand down on the bottom with as much detail or as little detail as you want. Then we're going to go in and we are actually going to put our very own footprints on this. So you will need a darker color brown paint to use for the bottom. For your footprints, and you're gonna need your teacher or your parent to help you do this. So let me get Balin his darker paint.
And you probably need to use a pretty dark brown when you do this, because if not, it's not going to show up.
Okay. Balin, are you ready?
It's going to be cold.
Just take your painting and you just place it on the ground. Okay. And this is the fun part because you get to get it all over our feet. And keep in mind that your painting is still drying, so try to be as careful with it as you can. And you just want to coat your foot really good. It tickles a little.
Tickles a lot.
Wiggle worm.
Tickles.
Okay, make sure that you have your whole foot covered because we want to put your actual footprint on your painting. And this can kind of be like your little signature. Okay, you're going to want to place it, stand up, make sure you have it how you want it, and be very careful so it doesn't smudge. Okay, pick up. Make sure you clean your feet off good afterwards. That looks really good, Bone. It actually looks like you imprinted it into the sand.
It looks like the one on the picture.
It does,
Does it not?
Okay, and then we'll do our other foot.
This is going to be worse because this is the foot I'm really damaged with.
Make sure you coat it really, really good.
Don't be really jealous, it tickles.
foot really good. Okay. Now we're going to make our second footprint, and you kind of want it to be back a little bit, like you're walking. Okay, pick up. Good job. And we'll let Bailyn clean this up, and I will show you what this looks like. See those little footprints? It looks like you're just walking in the sand. Okay.
After you're done, be careful with your canvas to not drop it because they are really fragile depending on what kind you have.
Alrighty. And this can be something fun that you can give to your parents,
Your grandparents.
or your grandparents, exactly. And it'll be your actual footprints on it. So let's go over now some of the things that we talked about in our lesson. Thank you. Okay. Bailyn. What kind of paint did we use? Was it like kids water paint, acrylic paint? Acrylic paint, yeah. So acrylic is a lot of fun to work with. Make sure that you're painting exactly how you want it. If you want to add anything to it, you're more than welcome to. Some fish. Yeah, you could add some fish to the water.
Or some seashells.
Or some seashells. You could do some seashells in the sand, absolutely. But this is your painting, and you just create whatever look that you want to create, and it is all your own personal interest, and create whatever makes you happy. Thank you so much for listening and for watching our video, and I hope that y'all have a happy Easter. Bye-bye.